Hey guys, it's Jay. Back out here with the bees. Gonna try to do an end of the season report, I guess. I don't know. Beekeeping never stops. So, but try to get you guys up to date with where I'm at. Start with, we did our honey harvest a couple weeks ago. To give a frame of reference, if you guys recall, at the end of last year, I ended the season with 3 hives that were pretty strong and 1 kind of weak nucleus box. That year I ended up getting just under 4 gallons of honey off of those hives. This year I ended up, and before I go any further, the goal of this year was to expand the bee population. So I went from 3 hives to 13. I lost 2 because of my own stupid mistake. And then, so I ended up at 11 hives, which is actually 10 hives and 1 really strong nucleus box. And I got about 8 gallons of honey. So I ended the season with more bees, more honey. So that's always a good thing. So that growth is good. But I'm going to take you around the yard right now and kind of show you, this is my plan for today. So here are 2 of the hives from the last split, and you can see they're doing really strong. See how close I can get up here before I make them mad. You see we got activity there. The bees are hanging out on the front because it's kind of warm today. This hive right here, that's the Saskatraz hive. This hive is, that one is the one that I put the Saskatraz queen in that already had a queen. So they killed the Saskatraz queen, but they're doing really strong. So that's those 2. I'm not really going to do anything with them. They're set, they're ready to go, other than put their mite treatment on. And then in 2 weeks, I'll have to come back and do the second mite treatment. But I'm doing that on all the hives today. So that's kind of what's happening out here today, is doing that. That's where I had all of my cappings and everything laid out for the bees to clean. But this was a transplant from a nucleus box. It's a Saskatraz queen. So that queen did a really good job. They're doing very well. I may end up coming back and putting a hive body on top of this hive. But right now we're just going to do their mite treatments and kind of see how they're going. I'll give you 001. Doing strong. I got honey off of them this year. 002 got honey off that one this year. They're doing strong, as you can see. The little blue one in between there, again, got honey off of. That was a really strong producer. And 003, as you can see, they've got bees everywhere. They are getting a second deep on top of their hive because they've just been growing like crazy. Yeah, these 3 hives right here, 1, 2, and that blue one, those are my target hives for trying to implement the OTS queen rearing method for next year, which is basically to split them for honey production, not growth. That's my goal for next year. Then if we go over here, let's go around the tree here to these hives. So again, they come out pretty good. They're strong, they're growing. Coming over to here, that's the nucleus box that I added a second nuke on top of it with 5 frames. I don't see any activity coming out of that box though, so I'll have to check that today. Then you can obviously see bees coming in and out of that last one down there. So these 2, I'm probably, right now the plan is to not put another deep on top of them. So 3 will get a deep. These 2 will not get a deep. At least that's the plan right now. I'm hoping that that one's doing well and they're growing. And by the time we get into, give them a couple more weeks, maybe another 30 days, and I would like to move them into a hive body. But like I said, I'm not seeing a whole, there's one, looks like, yep, 1 bee just flew in there. There's one that came out. So I'm not sure what's going on there. I'll have to check that out. Hopefully they're okay. that's the plan today. So mite treatments across the board, deep for 3, and yeah, let's get at it. Okay, so after a puff or 2 of smoke, there's what the inside cover looks like. And I ran all those bees down so I have a place to put everything. But if you can see right down in there, all kinds of bees down in there. I just ran them all out with the smoke. So that's the first one. I'm going to try to show you guys how I'm doing this here. Really pretty straightforward. I've never done this, by the way. But as with most things in beekeeping, the majority of it's just common sense with a little bit of education. So we'll take a dollop of that, put that on, maybe a little bit more. Set that to the side. I'm going to spread that around a little bit just so that it doesn't get on the inner cover. It's like that. Now what will happen is the bees will walk across that, get it on themselves, take it down into the hive, and it'll do the thing. Now we're going to put the inner cover back on. And cover it back up. Treatment 1 is done. That's a bunch of bees. And they're not overly happy with me being in their hive. That one got me. Alright, let's walk away again. These guys just are not happy today. Again, this is a Saskatraz hive. Man, there's just, I got bees boiling out everywhere. These girls are going at it. Look at that. Okay, now in contrast, I popped the top off this one. I don't have bees boiling out. So what does that mean? Well, I'm going to set the camera down here and let's pop the top and take a look. So I recently put this on, this top. And there's not a whole lot of bee activity up here. But that's okay. They're still growing. So let's flip this up on its side and see what else we got. So I popped the top off and I got all this. Now, in comparison to the other one, if you look down in here, I've got bees on every single frame. These guys are packed. Now, and that's also with the foragers being out and about and not necessarily in the hive. So that tells me that these guys need the extra space because they're going to grow into it. That's what I mean about having 6 or more frames of bees. So 1, 3, 5, 6 frames of bees. And you can see I've still got bees all the way out to the edge over there and bees to the edge over here. That's why they have additional hive body space. Okay, I got a few bees in here, but I see nothing up here on this top section. So let's see what else we got. There she is, there's the queen. So they've got a queen. She does not like being in the sunlight. She's trying to find a place to hide. And if you look down in here, there's some pollen, there's some brood, it's capped, it's normal brood. They're building out. Oh, there's the camera. So they're going just slow. Now this hive is a bit of an enigma. I cannot find the queen, although there's, I don't know if you can see them or not, there's a bunch of bees in there. I just puffed them with smoke, so they all ran down. I cannot find the queen, but I find brood everywhere. So she's either real good at hiding or I'm crazy. Well, we're going to treat them just like every other hive, and we'll roll on. Another growing hive. This hive was another split. Had one of the original queens in it that I then took out and gave to my uncle. The one I did the video about. And they have since requeened and back on track. Okay, so this one was a requeened Saskatraz on 616. Let's pop that baby up and open, see what happens. Already hit him with a little smoke in the front. Oh yeah, that's good. Brand new, freshly painted, fresh frames. They got room to grow now. Bees bubbling out. That's always a good sign. Like, hey, what's going on? There shouldn't be daylight there. There. Cover. It's just full of bees. Come on, girls, get out of the way. All right. Here we go. And they're growing, they're doing their thing. They've got room in here. I've got, bees down in there. You see that honeycomb right there, down in there that they've built up and been storing some nectar for the winter. I'm betting there's probably some pollen in there too. I'm gonna make some pollen patties and put them on there. But yeah, they're just doing their thing. So that kind of wraps it up. If you like what we're doing here, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. Make the bees famous. So with that said, we'll talk to you later.